Going over to the business blunder of the day, you have Mazda Miatas here, but they can't be sold. Now, this is brought to us by Brian Hurd over at thedrive.com. And they say, quote, Mazda confirms 2025 Miata stuck at the U.S. ports due to a parts issue. Whoops. Now, they say a problem with the vehicle control unit has held up Miata deliveries for weeks now, and buyers have been frustrated by the lack of information, which, yeah. At least the picture looks pretty cool. Well, I mean, you know me, I like weird green Skittles colors like green cars, but this one's a nice, burgundy or deep red or wine red or something like that with a tan top, which, yeah, it looks like the Mazda Miata style has been growing on me. If I won the lottery, I'd probably buy one. Now, they say, quote, there's good news and bad news for customers waiting for the 2025 MX-5 Miatas this week. The good news, Mazda has acknowledged that there is, in fact, an issue impacting deliveries. Not so good news, may not be resolved immediately. Mazda says, quote, we are investigating a potential issue with the vehicle control module in certain MX-5s. Out of an abundance of caution, we have temporarily suspended deliveries of 2025 MX-5s. Mazda's team is working hard to remedy and hold up as efficiently as possible. Unquote. That's from a Mazda spokesperson or spokesman. As of this update, Mazda has not offered a timeline for when the delay might clear. This issue is affecting enough customers that word of holdups made its way to multiple online Mazda communities in recent weeks. Following a tip sent by a customer whose Miata hasn't moved since arriving at the port of Los Angeles 3 weeks ago, can be painful, found several reports of several other buyers having delays on forums and social media. Based on the limited information from dealers, it appears Mazda is waiting on some replacement parts before those vehicles can be shipped out for delivery. It's unclear precisely which module is the problem. Some VCMs manage the powertrain, while others deal with stability control. For example, our tipster and others have reportedly heard a culprit here pertains to the latter, which, stability control? Come on, throw that crap out. I know there's laws, rules, regulations, but once you get, this thing's made for the track, and after a couple, some of those things you shouldn't turn it off when you're at the beginning. It's kind of like training wheels on a bicycle. They're great when you're starting off, but before, after a couple of sessions on the track, the average driver, it starts to slow them down. But again, of all the things to hold it up, really, this thing's a track toy, stability control. But I partially digress. Now, here's actually a nice picture of the Miata from the side. I'll throw that on the screen. It's infinitely more attractive than my ugly mug. And they say, quote, when vehicles are held at port, it's often to address an issue that might have been discovered on the car when it left the factory. Sometimes they require a new physical part to replace a defective or improperly installed component. When Volkswagen was forced to withdraw the emission certifications for diesels during the emission scandal in 2015, thousands of vehicles are stranded in the ports waiting for the fix. Sometimes those holdovers are just software updates. In some cases, dealers are often capable of fixing the issue, but dealing with it at the port makes it for a better quality control process, reducing the likelihood that the car somehow slips through the cracks and ends up in the customer's hands with a defect, which is also kind of a nice way of saying dealers make a lot of mistakes too. Now, they say that despite the Mazda suggestion that all 2025 model year MX-5s are being held, it appears that some are actually making it to customers, which suggests that the issue is specifically only to a certain subset of Miatas. Our tip came from a customer who ordered a 35th anniversary model, pictured there, and after pursuing Miata.net, it appears he's not alone. But in that same thread, other members reportedly are taking delivery of the same trim, suggesting that all of them are similarly impacted or the Mazda status is starting to clear the backlog. They say quite a few current model year Miatas are already on U.S. lots. A cursory look at Auto Trader turned up more than 700 new ones at dealerships, which they look so much fun and tempting. And there's a really big stick ratio, or rather ratio of ones that come with a third pedal, which they should all have by default. But yeah, every once in a while I'll do window shopping at, looking at the Miatas for sale. And yeah, there's 30, 40,000. It's a great value, but, personally can't pull the trigger on it in this currently. But yeah, I was going to say, of all the silly things to hold it up at the ports. And again, it also makes sense. It's good that they're getting ahead of the problem because, again, car companies don't like recalls. Except Ford. They seem to collect them like candy or Pokemon cards. But again, they got ahead of the situation. But still, when you're spending so much money on a vehicle, just having delay is one of the biggest pain and headaches out there. So again, it's good that they're getting from the problem. No one's been hurt from this. It's not a recall. But yeah, I gotta say, Mazda having basically not your halo car, but the car you're best known for, having issues where you're sitting around and collecting dust. Gotta say, Mazda, you are certainly the business blunder of the day. Thank you everyone for taking the time to tune in today. Again, trying to get to 5,000 subscribers by the end of the month. So if you click that button, I greatly appreciate it. Also, give me a thumbs up, thumbs down, or comment. It's a great way to give me some additional feedback letting me know how I can make the show better and better. Lastly, don't forget to take time to tell your family, tell your friends, tell your coworkers, heck, tell your enemies, tell anyone and everyone. Just stay safe and fight the good fight.